Breaking news coming in on the BJP President polls. JP Nadda is set to take charge as BJP President today at the party headquarters, and he'll also go ahead and hold his first parliamentary board meeting at 4 o'clock. Prime Minister Modi is expected to join Nadda at the BJP headquarters. Already you've got Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, as well as all senior union ministers at the BJP HQ. Nadda will be taking charge today itself and immediately also be chairing a parliamentary board meeting. Taking this across to our National Affairs editor, Rahul Srivastava. Rahul, JP Nadda, immediately all set to take charge. Today evening itself, he's going to be holding a meeting. What do you believe are the biggest challenges for JP Nadda? Because he has very, very big shoes to fill in those of Amit Shah.
You see, I think challenges are immense because the first big challenge, I think, is the kind of arrangements right now in the BJP. The BJP, for the first time, had a working president in form of Mr. JP Nadda. And Amit Shah, despite being Home Minister, continued as the president of the party. That's something which went against the BJP's old claim that it has a one-man, one-post system. Now you have two very powerful leaders. You have Mr. Narendra Modi and Amit Shah, Prime Minister and the Home Minister. And both have a certain way of running the party. And JP Nadda lacks that political pelf which both these people have. In the past, in the BJP, it has been seen that when there were two strong leaders like Atal Bihari Vajpayee and K. Advani in the party, you had three party presidents. One is Kushabao Thackeray, then you had Bangaru Lakshman and Jana Krishnamurthy. Now, these are three presidents which were there in the shadow of the two tall leaders who somehow could not leave a large imprint as far as the party is concerned, though Kushabao Thackeray was a very big leader as far as the BJP's organizational setup is concerned. So now Mr. Nadda, one will have to wait and see whether he lives under the shadow of Amit Shah and Narendra Modi. If you see what all the leaders today who have been speaking about Mr. Nadda's elevation, they are saying that he is expected to carry on the work done by Amit Shah. There is not a lot forthcoming on what he really stands for. So one will have to wait and see what does Mr. Nadda do as far as the BJP is concerned, vis-a-vis the ideology and other element. Then the first biggest challenge, tangible one, Delhi elections.
Yes.
So the first one is the toughest challenge that he might be actually be credited with a loss. Then you have got protests all over the country from students in universities and colleges and other places. Mr. JP Nadda, though born in Bihar, is known as a Himachal leader because his basically origins are there. So started with the ABVP. He has a very tough task to get back to the fold of the BJP, those students and young people and young voters who had voted for the BJP in 2014 and 19.
I want to also discuss in detail about the timing of this decision because, as you pointed out, this is coming in the run-up to the Delhi elections. Is this a smart move by the BJP to really put JP Nadda at the helm of affairs? Because if there's a loss in the Delhi elections, that will directly impact him. But before we discuss this further, let's give you a sense of all that's happened so far through the day, because the BJP President polls are underway in the national capital. JP Nadda, who is the BJP's working president, is all set to take over as the party president now. Nadda is likely to be elected unopposed and will succeed Amit Shah. We're cutting across to a report that's been filed by Kamaljeet Sandhu.
Jubilation in the BJP camp, and you can see the Himachalis all dressed up in their gear, in traditional gear and cap, and there is celebration out here very clearly. The Himachali music making its way up. आप हिमाचल से हैं? हिमाचल से हैं और कितनी बड़ी बात है?
इतनी बड़ी मजे की बात, इतनी खुशी की बात, और हिमाचल को तो है और पूरे हिंदुस्तान में खुशी की बात कि हमारे को हिमाचल से एक छोटे से राज्य इतना बड़ा पद मिला। राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष JP नड्डा के बनने पर सब ऑल हिमाचल के ऑल हिंदुस्तान सब खुश है। नड्डा जी को जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम, जय श्री राम।
There you see it, a jubilation right here.
मैं ये कहना चाहूँगी कि छात्र जब वो थे उनके साथ हमने काम किया, आज वो इस संगठन के मुखिया हैं और उनके साथ काम करने का आनंद आएगा क्योंकि वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल मैन हैं और संगठन की बारीकियों को समझते हैं। ऐसा नेतृत्व अमित शाह और मोदी जी के साथ मिलकर पूरे के पूरे देश में एक ऐसा नया इतिहास रचेगा कि
भारत माता की, भारत माता की।
Live visuals that we're giving you there, Amit Shah handing over charge officially, it looks like, to JP Nadda. This was essentially a formality. It was a given that JP Nadda will be leading the Bharatiya Janata Party after Amit Shah. In fact, Shah was one of the names who proposed JP Nadda's name officially this morning. But you see the bonhomie there between the two leaders also. Very important to note here that JP Nadda, and I'd like to bring in Ajit Jha also on this, that JP Nadda, Ajit, has a very different persona perhaps from Amit Shah. And perhaps while Amit Shah ruled with an iron fist, known for, you know, that kind of strong leadership that he had, JP Nadda is known to be very, very close to the high command of the BJP and perhaps will rule very differently.
That's true. In fact, they are like chalk and cheese. Very, very different. Mr. Nadda is this very soft person, full of sugar when he speaks. He has no enemies, you know. Everyone sort of loves him. But the bigger challenge, I think what Rahul was pointing out, under Amit Shah, the BJP became the largest political party in the world, right? Not only in India. So what next? I mean, under Amit Shah, the BJP beat the size of the Chinese Communist Party, right? So, something over 11 crore, right, Rahul? Yes. So that is a very tough task to live up to. What next? Now, obviously, I think one positive thing is that right now, because you have a current in the country led by the students and women and the anti-CAB protesters, there's anger. So that way, Nadda is probably the right person when he goes to address, you know, he is a person who charms the crowds.
But does he grab the kind of attention that Amit Shah perhaps would?
Well, you know, obviously at this moment, if you ask that question, you know, Mr. Amit Shah as a BJP party president is like Mr. Modi as prime minister. Very difficult for anyone to parallel very soon. But then, you know, give him time. I mean, he's got enormous administrative experience. He's been health minister in the past. He has been the face of the party in terms of lot of interactions with several communities, including the Muslims. In fact, during 2013, he was one of the big faces of the party, you know, with Indresh Kumar and others while talking to the Muslims. And he has he has lots of friends in other political parties. So in that sense, Nadda has a lot of strength. So I think give him time, and he also needs, now you can't build the party just, I mean, remember one thing, despite the fact that the party is the largest in the world, if you look at the last 1 year, the party has lost a series of state assembly elections, right? Starting from Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, before that Karnataka, after that Maharashtra, Jharkhand, Punjab. So what Mr. Nadda needs to do, 2024 is far away. What Mr. Nadda needs to do, and of course the Delhi elections is coming too soon, but Bihar is there. After that, Bengal election will be coming there. So what he needs to do is focus on the ground in these eastern states. Assam is going to come up. So Mr. Nadda might be the right person because he's from Bihar. He was born and brought up in Bihar. He went to very different from other BJP leaders. He actually went to St. Xavier's, Patna, which was an English school. Most of his friends are actually bureaucrats. Chandkishore Mishra, the environment secretary, was his class fellow. So now he speaks very good English. You know, he's very good with, he's probably would have been a very good external affairs minister that way. So, you know, he was a badminton champion. You know, he's quite a modern sort of leader that way from the perspective of the BJP. What he needs to build is that in these state assembly elections, he needs to show the BJP getting back on its feet, coming back to its earlier glory of, let's say, early 2018 when they controlled, what, 70% of the country. That's where he needs to sort of prove his mettle. The BJP has built itself enormously under President Amit Shah, but right now it is facing a bump.
Yes, and there are many challenges perhaps that JP Nadda will have to overcome and prove his mettle. Let me take this across to Kamaljeet Sandhu. Kamaljeet, so we've seen now that JP Nadda has taken charge as the BJP President. Is Prime Minister Modi expected anytime now there?
Well, the Prime Minister is expected to reach around 4 o'clock where the ceremony will be held, and this program will go on up to 5 o'clock, and after that there's going to be a Chief Minister's meet. But it's a big day for JP Nadda, even for Amit Shah, handing over the baton to JP Nadda. He's been in waiting for 216 days. Remember, Amit Shah's tenure was over in January 2019, but it was extended because of the Lok Sabha elections, and since June 2019, JP Nadda has been in waiting. But clearly he has big shoes to fill. He's been an old organizational man. He has close links with the RSS. He has the right credentials since close to RSS. He's been a student leader. He has past association with many of the BJP leaders. He's also been known to be close to Narendra Modi when he was the in charge of Himachal Pradesh. So very close links there emerging. But clearly, as far as the demeanor is concerned, it's going to be very different from what Amit Shah is.
Yes.
Amit Shah is known to be a hard taskmaster. He's a 24/7 man who's available to Karyakartas. So yes, with JP Nadda really filling in, it's going to be a different style of functioning. But remember, he'll have to deliver results because he's hitting the ground running with Delhi Lok Sabha, Delhi Assembly polls, and then there are West Bengal as well as Bihar polls just around the corner. And remember, there will be polls even in Jammu and Kashmir, which is to be converted into UT. So again, the task has been chalked out. The organizational structure has been made very, very solid by Amit Shah. He just has to carry the legacy forward. But clearly, a jubilation today in the BJP. We've seen the entire BJP camp being dressed up with saffron flowers. There is music, there is dance, especially Himachali music has been playing around for quite some time now. So there is a jubilation, but remember, he will have to hit the ground running. There may be little time and much more action.
So
He's been working president for 6 months, and now it's time for action.
So celebrations may have broken out of the BJP office, but Nadda himself may not really have time to celebrate. He'll have to get right down to it, immediately get down to business. Let's take a look also at the kind of reactions that have come in from the BJP camp on this development.
देखिए, बीजेपी में कार्यकर्ताओं की कीमत होती है ना। हमारे में से अनेक कार्यकर्ता ऐसे जो ग्रास रूट पर पोस्टर चिपकाते थे, दीवारों पर लिखते थे। ना हमारी पिता कोई एमएलए थे, ना माँ कोई एमपी थी, पर कार्यकर्ताओं की कदर होती है। और इसीलिए अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी इस कुर्सी पर बैठे, अडवाणी जी बैठे, उस पर मुझे बैठने का मौका मिला, नड्डा जी को मिला, अमित शाह को मिलेगा। ये मौका मिला, इसका ये प्रमाण है कि ये पार्टी कार्यकर्ताओं की पार्टी है। ये किसी परिवार के साथ एक के पीछे एक होते ऐसी पार्टी नहीं।
कार्यकर्ता के रूप में चाहे पटना हो, हिमाचल प्रदेश हो, शिमला यूनिवर्सिटी छात्र संघ के अध्यक्ष के रूप में हो, युवा मोर्चा का राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष हो, विद्यार्थी परिषद के दिल्ली के प्रभारी रहे हैं, इतने प्रदेशों के प्रभारी रहे हैं, तो भाजपा अपने संगठन के मिट्टी से जुड़े कार्यकर्ताओं को कहां पहुंचाती है। ये नड्डा जी के आज का चुनाव उसका संकेत है।
Nadda ji is very, very capable, but when you have someone like Amit Shah ji, like today there is a mixed feeling. Amit Shah ji going for us, who started career as him, becoming the party president then in 2014. So that mixed feeling is very much there. But Nadda ji is very, very capable of, accepting the challenges that will be left behind by someone as illustrious as Amit Shah.
नड्डा जी के नेतृत्व में अवश्य भारतीय जनता पार्टी नए कीर्तिमान स्थापित करेंगे। आने वाली चैलेंजेस हम अच्छी तरह से उनके नेतृत्व में वो चैलेंजेस को हम पार निकालेंगे।
हमने इकट्ठे काम किया है भारतीय जनता युवा मोर्चा के अंदर। जब वो प्रेसिडेंट थे तो मैं उनके साथ महामंत्री था। तो नड्डा जी बड़े मिलनसार व्यक्ति हैं, कर्मठ हैं, अनुभवी हैं और योग्य प्रशासक भी हैं, और मैं समझता हूँ पार्टी के अंदर वो और ज्यादा मेहनत करेंगे।
Okay, so a lot of reactions from BJP leaders, all of them welcoming JP Nadda as the new BJP chief. Rahul, if I can bring you in on this, we were discussing how JP Nadda has a lot of challenges. In the last 1 year alone, where the party stands, they've lost a lot of elections, and that led to a lot of speculation, keeping aside, all that's happened with the CAA protests and whatnot, just with regards to the party performance in elections. There have been a lot of questions about how the party seems to have come down from the highs that they were in, and a lot of speculation was that, look, Amit Shah had dual dual charge of the Home Ministry and the BJP party, and perhaps wasn't able to give enough attention to the party, as a result of which we saw the kind of results in several state elections. Do you believe that that too will be a challenge for JP Nadda to prove himself and ensure that the party really fares well in elections in different states?
You see, this is where I think the dilemma is. You see, Mr. Nadda is known to be a great organizational man. Right since 2013, when Prime Minister Narendra Modi was leading the charge for the BJP to approve the UPA, JP Nadda was behind the scene, meeting groups, influencers and others. And he, though he seems to be a soft-spoken man, I have known him to be a very firm man when it comes to what he believes in, or what is the task at hand, or the defense of the party. He is a very, very firm man. I think before I say anything, I think it's a very big day for the ABVP, in fact, because the ABVP of late has been in news for all the wrong reasons. But JP Nadda is one of the first purebred ABVP man to become the party president. Till now, every one of them was an RSS man. Advanis and Bangaru Lakshmans and Kushabau Thakres and Rajnath Singh and everybody had an association with the parent group, that is the RSS.
And he's built himself from a student
Mr.
activist.
Nadda is a man who went from Bihar to Himachal and he became an ABVP activist. So it's a very, very big day for the ABVP. And I think it's a very big signal being sent out by the BJP that a grassroots worker from a youth wing can eventually become the party president. I think it reclaims the BJP's position, irrespective of the manner in which that this whole move to bring in Mr. Nadda has been handcrafted by the two leaders, Mr. Modi and Amit Shah. But despite that handcrafting, the fact remains that a youth wing leader can become the president of a political party of the magnitude, as Ajit said, the largest in the world, though BJP claims it. But the fact is that there is a possibility for aspirations in the BJP.
Okay, so that then,
So,
you know...
challenges-wise, challenge is huge. I think the BJP went through a high between 2014 and 2019 elections.
Yes.
Then the BJP's real challenge is that the BJP decimated the Congress everywhere, but the Congress has staged a resurgence in states, plus the regional players like Mamta's and others remain challenged for the BJP. And the BJP has not been doing well. How does Mr. Nadda take this forward? Because his negotiation skills with allies, where he stands, I think what is very important for any leader is that what he stands for on an issue, on geopolitics, on regional issues, is very important to break alliances. Very little is known about Mr. Nadda because he's been largely working in the back rooms.
So
and that's where lies his real challenge. How will he communicate himself, what he stands for, what the BJP stands for, vis-a-vis the future challenges of the party?
So you made a point, not just that, you know, he worked a lot in behind the scenes of the party, but also that he's been handpicked in a way by Narendra Modi and Amit Shah. So my question then is, why JP Nadda?
See, I think JP Nadda can be called that he is, since he's a backroom worker, he's not somebody who runs in for glory. I think more of an organizational man, great acceptance. JP Nadda has great acceptance, but I think his mellowness in terms of how he conducts himself and his firmness, I think that has created a larger sense of trust about him vis-a-vis Mr. Modi and Amit Shah. That trust factor is very critical here, because I think PM Modi, when he chose Amit Shah to be the president and somebody who was the home minister, it was largely an extension of the kind of government and the party vision Mr. Modi had. Now, Mr. Nadda seems to be an extension of the kind of vision and strategy that Mr. Modi and Amit Shah have for the party and the government. And that is why JP Nadda can be called somebody who could well be the perfect man for a task being given by the leaders. He's perhaps fits into it. He does not have those rough edges which can upset a leadership. You've never seen Mr. Nadda ending up in a controversy.
Yes.
Because he stays away from
and maybe that's the need of the hour right now.
Perhaps that's what the BJP needs. I think Mr. Nadda's task for Amit Shah and Mr. Modi would be, they will decide the strategy. he will execute it at the party level. And I think that's where he could well be one of the best men in the BJP today, I will say, as far as that task is concerned.
Okay. Ajit, I'll just come to you. Let's in fact play out this reaction that we got from JP Nadda's father. This was in 2019 when he'd taken over as the BJP working president.
For one thing, that he got a first class in honors. And he was admitted in here, in Himachal University, without any examination. So first class by itself meant at that time.
उन्होंने हिमाचल प्रदेश में जो आज अखिल भारतीय विद्यार्थी परिषद का स्वरूप है उसको खड़ा करने में बहुत महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका अदा की है और उसके बाद कुछ साल पूर्णकालिक कार्यकर्ता के नाते देश भर में भी विद्यार्थी परिषद को मजबूती देने में अपनी भूमिका अदा की है।
जब नड्डा जी मिले तो उनका व्यक्तित्व बहुत आकर्षक लगा और एक छात्र नेता के रूप में उन्होंने जो अपनी पहचान बनाई वो गजब की थी और जिस भी छात्र से जिस भी स्टूडेंट से या बड़े आदमी से मिल जाते थे उनको अपना बना लेते थे, ये उनमें एक खास कला है।
So Ajit, do you believe that with JP Nadda taking the charge, will Narendra Modi and Amit Shah still call the shots in the BJP?
The Prime Minister always calls the shots. I mean, the Prime Minister is, as they say, is a sun around which the entire cabinet sort of floats around in a so-called, the constitutional sort of system of the prime ministerial system of government that we have. So, of course, there is no doubt that the Prime Minister, and he is the most charismatic Prime Minister India has ever had. Our successive Mood of the Nation polls have already shown that. So as far as Mr. Modi is concerned, yes, I think his popularity continues. In the case of Amit Shah, he's moved from the BJP president to the home minister, and as soon as he has become home minister, you've seen the kind of policies that he has passed, one after another, which shows that he's a man of iron or steel. Now, the difference is what Nadda does, according to me, he fits in that vacuum that was created after Mr. Arun Jaitley passed away. Why? For two reasons. One, what Rahul pointed out, both Arun Jaitley and JP Nadda had the background in Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad. So both of them have come from the AVVP background. Mr. Jaitley came from Delhi, he was in Dusu, and Nadda comes from Bihar. But it's a similar role in many ways. Both emerged out of the JP movement. That's the other similarity with the two of them.
He was 15 at that time.
Exactly. But you remember, even when he was 15, these 15-year-olds have already joined in Bihar. Yeah. Bihar and Gujarat saw the maximum JP movement at that time.
That Navnirman Andolan.
Yeah, exactly. In Gujarat and in Bihar, the JP Andolan that went on. So now the thing is, he's very urbane. Like Mr. Jaitley, he's very urbane. He's very sweet. He's a man of substance. As I said, he can speak equally fluent in English and Hindi. Very few BJP leaders are able to.
And gives across a vibe of being very approachable, perhaps.
That's the other thing. And if you want to put it, he has a place already, a niche in Lutyens, Delhi, which, even though there is a harangue attack by the BJP leaders against Lutyens, Delhi, yet they would love to have a presence there.
That's something Mr. Jaitley had as well.
Which Mr. Jaitley had, and given the fact that you have a Delhi election coming up, and after all, the government is based in Delhi, so he has.
See, the only difference is that Jaitley was extremely engaging when it came to media and what the media said. That's where JP Nadda is not, and I think that's why he's suitable. That's why he's more suitable.
But he's
because
a good
PM Modi and Amit Shah,
listener rather than a speaker.
He is a great feedback man. I have known JP Nadda, and in every election, I have seen, say in Banaras, I have seen JP Nadda camp there for 3 months. Not 1 day, 2 day, 1 week, 3 months, meeting every influence group, doctors, intellectual professors, teachers, lawyers, working on them, caste groups, working on them assiduously, daily, meeting them and talking to them that why they should be voting for the BJP. I think right now, if you see, Prime Minister Modi, Prime Minister, the larger-than-life picture for the BJP, Amit Shah, the strategy man, the tough go-getter, I think there was a problem when he became Home Minister and he was designated to do things like the 370 and CA and others. There was an organizational man needed by the BJP. Somebody who could do the bread and butter task and what the implementation and the follow-ups. Follow-ups are very critical. If CAA has been implemented by the BJP, there are going to be rallies in UP, series of them now already on. Somebody has to do all that kind of job also. And JP Nadda fits in there very well since he is very well acquainted with the organization. And good thing is also, see, he's not as per India's political age is something, he's young. He's relatively younger. And that is why he has some time left to him. As Ajit said, very urbane. But he is still can be said somebody who's not far removed from the grassroots.
So you
And
know,
the
you wonder.
the most important point is I think he's the right man to implement Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas. Because he has a lot of, he has a lot of truck among minority communities, among other communities.
No, so the sense that I get is that perhaps the BJP is trying to also change and tweak their image a little with JP Nadda taking over. And will that really be successful is something also that we'll discuss after the short break. But on the other side, a focus firmly on what really is happening in the BJP headquarters. And some